And now we're back, darling. See, as you just noticed, cameraman, you can come back in again. We got this going nice and bubbly, okay? And even the cameraman said, ooh, that smells good. And that's just a recaito-sofrito, olive oil, garlic, fresh cilantro, no spices yet, okay? Now, I'm going to just lower this a little bit, but we're going to keep it going bubbling. Now we're going to put the powdered spices. And again, ladies and gentlemen, darlings, I don't measure my spices or anything, okay? So, it's adobo. Now, adobo doesn't have MSG. Some people are going to say blah, blah, blah. But I use Goya adobo, and I have an idea of what I want to put in there. So I place the adobo. And then, I don't use sazon with the red. I use tumeric. Tumeric. So we just have adobo now, powdered spice, tumeric, organic tumeric. And I'm never shy about color, because I love color. I live for color. And this is a nice golden color, because the sazon has that food coloring stuff, and we don't use that in this kitchen. Okay, we try to be as healthy as possible. And then the next spice is ground oregano. Okay. Again, like the chicken recipe, I'm gonna take the cap off so I can really get in there, because we gotta move fast with this recipe. Those neck bones, I can't tell you what time it is right now, but those neck bones have been stewing in there for hours, and they're dying to come out. They're like, please let us out. Let us out. We've been ready for hours, Soraya. Come on. Now the next ingredient that I added was ground cumin. I'll go through the spices again. Adobo, turmeric, ground oregano, ground sexy cumin, honey. It's brown and sexy like my men, that spice. Okay? I think we got a good base. I think I'm going to need some more. That's okay for now. Okay? That's going to continue. Now I'm going to put the heat up a little bit. We're going to let that kind of fry up some. Oh, yes. Camera, come here. Look at that. Look how those neck bones are boiling. Those neck bones have been waiting all day to get into this recipe, darling. They've been like, Soraya, honey, the meat is done, girl. Come on, let's get this recipe going. You know, I have backup cameramen, and my first cameraman didn't come through. So thank God we got Hector here helping out. He's such a helpful guy, everybody. He's such a sweetheart. So is the other, but this one's a very lovely, lovely man. Okay, so there you go. My pot holder was stuck to the windowsill. All right, now the sofrito recao, cilantro, garlic, powdered spices, adobo, cumin, oregano, and turmeric, bubbling up in olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I'm still a virgin. Okay, so now we're going to add the water, the stock of the smoked neck bones, to what's happening here, which is our base of the spices and herbs to the beans. And I'm not wearing an apron because I don't want you guys not to see this fabulous outfit. And this is really hot. It's all live. Live at the Fierce Ramen Recording Studio kitchen. I'm going to add those neck bones later on, but okay, so now let's take a look. We have, again, the garlic, the cilantro, the cumin, the oregano with the olive oil, the Goya Spanish, the Goya recao. Okay? That's all getting mixed up there. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to separate the meat from those bones, because that got really tender. Because that's been cooking since this morning. It's past 7 o'clock right now. Now we're going into a different set of ingredients for my beans, for my delicious Diva red sexy beans, SORAYA'S. We are using, for this recipe, we're using 5 cans of Goya tomato sauce, darling. I live for Goya, honey. You know, I support Goya because Goya's been around for a long time. As a little child, honey, I remember, Janita Perez remembers, this was like one of the only Latin brands that was catering to the Latino community. Now you have all these other brands. That's cute. That's because the Latino population is just growing and growing, honey. We're so fierce. And I'm using a mix. Tomato sauce, 5 cans, to this big caldero. And we're going to have 2 large cans, one of pink, run of red kidney beans, darling. It's gonna get a nice little reddish color. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna put away the cilantro that I'm not gonna use. Welcome to my kitchen and my show, darling. Oh, when you're feeling blue, you don't know what to do. Carrying such a heavy load, honey, feels like you're all alone. You need a new recipe, well, I'm the one to see. Friday comes along, you wanna hear my song. So welcome to my show. Welcome to Soraya's kitchen. Okay, I'm getting happy because we're going with this recipe really nice. Here is the 5 cans of tomato sauce. Cameraman, you with me? And she goes. Ooh, we got a lot of liquid up in here. Hi, cameraman. Hector, you wanna come down and just. Now we stir. Now we have the neck bone stock, all the herbs and spices, and we just added the tomato sauce. Now it's just like the Italians. Well, I don't want to mention any ethnic groups. I like it. Like Italians, I've said already, with their pasta sauce, you know, with their, it's like comfort and on their pasta, and it cooks for hours and it's just delicious and it's yummy. That's the same thing with, for me, with the Latino beans, my red beans, black beans, whatever beans I plan to be using for a recipe, and I like the way. It's like, this is like so delicious. And Junito Perez tells me, like, again, when he was a kid and he'd be in the kitchen and all the beautiful Latina women were in there cooking, and he'd be there waiting for that food to cook, and once it was cooked, you know, his gorgeous cousin or one of his gorgeous little, you know, they were little, he was a kid, they were older than him, of course, they would feed him red beans with rice. Oh, and he would be in heaven, he tells me. And can you imagine some fabulous looking woman, like somebody like myself, feeding you red beans and white rice, and you be in your glory too. So he tells me about those times, you know, in the kitchen, the food being cooked, him being fed, like aroma, all the love in the kitchen. So that's what this dish does. It transports me and Junito Perez back to that time of yummy eating and yummy times with the family. And again, after a hard day of working, or I love serving this dish on a Sunday, a nice Sunday meal. It's delicious. Ooh, we really went over on this recipe here. It's to the top. So we just added the 2 large cans of the beans, 1 red kidney, 1 pink, 5 cans of tomato sauce. Okay, we're moving backwards. The cumin, the oregano, the adobo, the tumeric, organic tumeric, moving backwards. The recaito-sofrito of Goya, the fresh cilantro, garlic and onions sauteed in olive oil. Okay, now take a look here. This is, we gotta let this boil down, because the neck bones aren't even, they're not in there yet, because I can't fit it. I'm gonna need a bigger caldero, honey. So we're gonna come back when this is boiled down some, and I'm gonna add the meat to the beans and let it simmer down some more. Now this simmering down process, some of you know, excuse me, you know, just like the ethnic groups with their pasta sauce, this could take hours. So I would say this is gonna take us at least an hour and a half. But we're gonna come back in about a half hour. When this is simmered down some, we add the neck bones, and we'll keep moving with this recipe. For SORAYA'S delicious Diva red sexy beans, honey. We'll be back.